obstetrician will be facing the litigation, and definitely one field, because these cases are not occurring daily. How will you get trained? How will you going to get see it? It is definitely you feel more smarter, stronger, and safer when you know that these things were done to save the baby, the patient, and you feel happy. And one request to all of you is, please never defame your colleagues. A friend indeed is a friend in need, is you must know. And this is thing, ऐसा नहीं है क्यों तुमने एडमिट किया, अरे तेरे को जरूरत क्या पड़ रही थी अनबुक पेशेंट लेने की. It should not be like that. And this, every gynecologist has the labor room diaries. We know, we are in habit of remembering and keeping the all the things in our mind also. This is a case I remember whenever I don't know what to do. This, we have to go this way or that way. What is the plan? So vegan obstetrician must be beware of the fast and furious. Obstetrician must be beware of the fast and furious. The fact is, however smart your team is, whether big hospital or a small hospital, all sequences, all the complication depends on your smartness. It is you who have to decide at that particular moment what to do, when to do, and what exactly how to do, and be the best judge at that moment. And action, take the action. It is the action which speaks. And the best policy, you know, is the prevention. Prevention is the best policy, because until major danger you can avoid. For that, we need to have focus, ANC, or lab testing, use of partogram. Now, very recently, I tell you, it is Government of India is taking care of this respectful labor care, it is Government of India is taking care of this respectful labor care, where something very important. If somebody asks that what is your vision for the better care, it is a respectful labor care. And of course, learning the AMTSL teaching. Did the study why so many women are dying in India. So many errors were found. First of all, it was failure to recognize risk, failure to follow protocols, failure to conclude what to do. Sometimes when you do, it is too much. Sometimes when you do, it is too less. And the 40% of the patient die at the primary level only. And 50% of the maternal deaths occur within 24 hours. And the infamous delays which we are known to happen with the patient are lack of proper assessment of the blood loss, means delay in diagnosis, delay in seeking assistance, delay in transfer the patient, and the worst possible is when the patient shifted to emergency facility, big hospital. Sometimes the patient is at the reception only because the transferring obstetrician forgot to write the referral note to her. Because of the respiratory changes, patients are more prone to hypoxia, and intubation is sometimes very, very, and the chances. Learning the safer protocols for throwing aside the expected management, learning more about the active management. I'm not going to talk about the AMTSL, that is active management of labor. I'm just going to touch it. What actually difference has happened from us to present is this AMTSL. When it started, it has these three things, and then the FIGO, this also I just told that this thing, but the 3 points. But now the latest PPH is they were saying so it was again at any 11th hour, you know, first mein ye rakha hai, second mein rakha hai, give me from there, because sometimes your staff is not all that trained, and the initial assessment and the basic treatment is very, very important. Remember A, B, C to assess the circulation. And the oxygen, it is good. So still, when the patient is having problem, you always must give oxygen, and always intravenous cannulas. We all know. We are talking about orange color. Remember the orange color of 14 number. Okay? So keep this, love the orange. and start intravenous oxytocin infusion, catheterize the patient. Sometimes we keep on asking the patient to drink more, and the patient bladder is full, and she's again having so much of problem for obstructed labor, atonia, and happens. And the goal of resuscitation for managing is that, you must remember that their patient comes to you, there's sometimes only 10% of have the torrential bleeding and the patient are dying in front of you. It is generally you have time, a patient becomes serious in 12 hours. So it is there, we need to interfere at that time where you have lot of preventing the patient from going from compensated shock to uncompensated shock and prevent the lethal triad of hypothermia, acidosis, and coagulopathies. Maintain oxygen, recognize something very, very important, because if you know clinical class 1, class 2, but how it helps, we really don't know. But if you keep this chart in your labor room, golden hour is much different. Remember, golden minute. Each minute has 60 seconds. Just remember, depressed. And this, the only thing to remember is keep your calm. Don't panic. And so remember, thrombin, where is the problem? Start diagnosis, start managing, and always act fast and respond fast, and just assess the response also. Check in and just debrief always. So there are two terrific rules. Rule number 1, calm down. Don't run from here and there and all of a sudden patients inside, you are running outside. भैया जरा जल्दी से जाओ, ब्लड लेके आना है. अरे भैया ये दवाई नहीं मिल रही, आप सिस्टर से लड़ने लगे. तो वो ही नहीं होना चाहिए. And don't start running and don't blaming anybody. Don't panic. And the rule number 2, show to the patient that you stay gracious, maintain positivity, keep on counseling for the danger sign, all the, be trained in doing CPR. Big question. Can we aim for 0 PPH deaths? Because we are talking about saving mothers and we are saying every patient is at risk of PPH. So is it possible? Yes, it is possible. Only thing, we all know that these are preventable deaths. And what is a way forward? It is the actually looking for the making strategies, the remembering the PPH bundle. WHO did a motive clinical part that is equally important. And here I'm going to just show 2-3 slides for this. And so bundle, it clearly says first line aim response means when you are looking the patient for the first time, you are managing PPH, and then there's a sub treatment if still the PPH is not, you are not able to handle and stop the blood. What will you do next? Then the preventive part is gone. Now you have to act more fast. This is called the PPH prevention intervention, and this includes compression, uterine balloon, and anti-shock garment, and many other few supportive measures where referral is also very, very important. Dear friends, if you can't manage, but still you are able to transfer the patient nicely to a higher facility, you have done your job. And the active management of the labor, very important. Nowadays, injection, tranexamic acid also added, and this is trained, this manual removal, but is sometimes really helpful. And these are the things for, and call for help, very important. And this is a check for tears, and this, because remember your 40 managed uterine balloon tamponade should be in labor room. How to manage it and how to do it. And this NASG is something very, very important for keeping the patient alive when you are in the patient is in OT or labor room, and when you are transferring the patient. And there are many, many important things to remember. Remember one thing, PPH cannula also thinking about, it has 3-4 interventions. Leadership, leader is a one. It is we looking for the great leader, like it should be the government. And it is the government. Yes, they are talking about the respectful maternity care, which has so much of thing inside it. This is a quality PPH care. These are the non-clinical part, taking care of the data, measures, and monitoring. Drugs, keeping their services, skilled health workers, referral services available. And I appeal to all to be a really proud citizen of India and promote awareness of danger signs, signals, access to emergency obstetric care, and awareness about plan and preparedness for delivery. Thanking God, thanking chairpersons, thanking president, and not only today, but every day. And thank you all for making me vice president.
Yeah, thank you, Archana. That was a very good oration. I think talking about PPH or trying to talk about the drugs, trying to talk about the surgeries is no big deal. What is there in PPH which no gynecologist obstetrician will know? But what you need to know is to be very smart to do the right thing at the right time. So we find everyone wants to say that I am a PPH specialist and all. There is no obstetrician who is not a PPH specialist. You don't need a separate degree or a separate aura that you are a PPH expert. Nobody can become an obstetrician unless you are equipped with the art of saving lives of women who deliver and can handle PPH. The only thing needed is to keep yourself abreast so that your reflexes are very, very alert and you don't get upset in that stress and you coolly deliver what has to be done. I think that is the most important message which Archana was giving. Thank you very much, Archana, for that.
Dr. Basa, please join us in honor of Archana.
I would love to go down then.
The dignitaries, please do not leave the dais. Now we are waiting for the oration of the whole conference. Please give her a good hand. Our president, Dr. Shanta, she has started and initiated and propagated this awesome concept of Dhira. And Punjab is a state where Dhira is badly needed. Dr. Vidhu, our president, please accord a formal welcome to Dr. Shanta as we begin to prepare for the oration. फिर बंद कर लेते हैं ऐसे कर लो ना Oh, they are so casual.
Hello. Everybody's waiting. I'm audible. Dr. S. Shantakumari is a professor and a very senior and a laparoscopic surgeon.
Ma'am, please request everybody to be silent. We are waiting for this oration for the whole. Dr. Vidhu, over to you. Please accord her a grand welcome.
Yes, absolutely, Gini. Thank you. And we are always honoring her. Ma'am, as a FIGO member for Committee of Human Rights. She's a chairperson Fogsi ICG 2018. She has so many credits to herself. Important thing, she's a very good human being. She's always helped us whenever we have asked her. And she's, as a true Foxian, she's always there for us. And with this program of Adhira, we are trying to help others as she's helping us. Ma'am, over to you for your talk.
Thank you very much for those kind words. Good morning, friends. indeed a pleasure to be here in Punjab, Ludhiana. All of us love to come to Punjab. Why? Yes. And that is the very reason why our team of Fogsi, when we were deciding the North Zonal conference with the Yuva, we were so very happy when Ludhiana came forward and was ready to host this Congress. So on behalf of Fogsi, my whole team, Madhuri Patel, and all my vice presidents, Archana, Basab, Fesi, Bipin sir, and Kavita, all of us are so extremely happy to actually thank you for your hospitality. We had a wonderful Kamini Rao orator who just talked about Dhira, Stop Violence Against Women. Friends, I bring greetings from Foxy, the 38,000 strong body of OB-GYNs, and FIGO, the global voice of women. We are the ones who take care of women's health. So women's health is our priority. That is the reason why we actually came with this vision and mission of Foxy for all always and Dhira Stop Violence Against Women. Now, why is it that we need to talk about Dhira? Why is it we need to talk about violence against women? People may ask, you are obstetricians taking care of women's health. You should be talking of PPH. You should be talking about placenta accreta. You should be talking about hysterectomies. You should be talking about laparoscopy infertility. But friends, we need to understand that being an obstetrician gynecologist, to talk about PPH is nothing fantastic or great because it's the part of our education system to talk about laparoscopy but we need to talk about what is affecting the health of our women. And that we find is the violence against women, which affects their health. That's the reason why we need to come together to say no to violence against women. From Mahabharata to the present times, what has changed? Unfortunately, the women's rights or status has not changed. That's so very sad. And we still have unsafe spaces. People are not ready to travel alone. So, to understand the widespread menace of violence and how it has an impact on pregnancy, to focus on the role of OB-GYNs, to train our trainees who are going to take care of our women's health next, we have to actually say no to violence against women. It started in 2013, the Foxy Figo Congress, where we did the Save the Girl Child to prevent female feticide because the problem starts there. And violence against women is perhaps the most shameful human rights violation. And it's perhaps most pervasive. It knows no boundaries of geography, culture, or wealth. And as long as it continues, we cannot claim that we are making real progress towards equality, development, and peace. I hope we stop quoting this dialogue, and unfortunately, we still are quoting this dialogue even today. We know that anything which affects the physical, sexual, psychological, and making reproductive coercion a norm rather than something which happens once in a while is what is making the woman live in fear. So friends, as obstetricians, we'll see that we have just heard Avantika talk so very clearly. All these forced pregnancies, abortions, who is going to decide when the woman is ready to have a baby or to have an abortion? Is it going to be the mother-in-law, the husband, or the government who goes and keeps targets? These are the number of abortions, these are the number of tubectomies. I think it is time to say it's the woman's right to decide on her sexual and reproductive right. So many women are affected with violence. You look at statistics in India, But look at the global statistics. Everywhere it is there. It is not that only we in India having violence against women. Friends, this is all the reasons which Avantika mentioned are the reasons for violence. Now we need to question ourselves. Is it necessary that we need to allow the woman to be affected by violence? Unfortunately, we find that women are at a risk of domestic violence. And in the pandemic, we have seen another silent pandemic violence against women. And that's so very unfortunate. Friends, I'm so very proud of my state, Telangana, one of the new states of the country. But unfortunately, we also have an high incidence of violence against women. So I don't think anybody can say that we have made progress unless we address this issue. So to be born as a girl, discriminated from womb to tomb, right from the female feticide to sex-selective abortions, to female infanticides, to child marriages, genital mutilations, and all the cyber crime and everything. These are all the different types of violence. And we see a lot of physical violence in pregnancy. When you see a near miss case, you'll be thinking it's one of the causes of maternal mortality, morbidity. But look what is behind it. Sometimes it may be not willing for sex, could be the root cause of the violence, and that will be portrayed as a maternal mortality. So friends, see what is the hidden cause of the violence against the maternal death. And we unfortunately will find that rupture uteruses are also associated with violence. So it is so very important that we address these issues. And we have this effect of intimate partner violence on pregnancy outcome. And we saw we have about 35 to 38% in our state, in our city, and globally it's the same prevalent rate. So we should be very smart to pick up. The patient may come with pain abdomen, menorrhagia, anemia repeatedly. There may be nothing wrong. She keeps on coming to you. Find out why she's coming. It could be that she's trying to find a solace in you because you are the first point of contact for the woman. See what is behind those presentations, and you may find that that is a reason for the problem. So we need to understand where violence and women's health are intersecting. Women are not dying because of a disease we cannot treat. They are dying because societies have yet to make the decision that their lives are worth saving. This dialogue I've been hearing from the day I stepped into FIGO as a FIGO member, and I'm still quoting the same dialogue after becoming the FIGO treasurer also. It's so very unfortunate. I think it's time that we make a change. Dhira, the initiative to say no to violence against women, is for empowering women, promoting gender equality. Unless we have this, we will not be able to achieve the SDG goals 2030. Friends, when you look at the global percentage, we see what is behind the causes. We have to be alert to intimate partner violence, and you cannot address HIV and AIDS unless you actually address this violence, because people refuse to use condoms. And sometimes the violence is the root cause of it. Friends, actually it was in 2015 when the FIGO initiated this working group on no to violence against women with Diana Galimberti from Argentina as a chair, and I was a member. And that time, I realized that we need to do something. And we realized that we are in a unique position to, as obstetrician gynecologists, we are a specialist stakeholder, and we actually are the first point of contact for any woman who experiences violence. She comes to us. She doesn't go to the police or the lawyer. So Dhira, a journey, Dhira means courage. Courage to say no to violence against women. It's a sensitization, advocacy, focus on action. So we started this campaign with a public forum, cyclothon. We partnered with the police, the SHE teams, the National Commission for Women, and the OB-GYNs, our members, to say no to violence against women. We need celebrity. Unless we have celebrity, the press won't cover. So that's the reason why today we had a press meeting. I said, taking care of women. And Aam Aadmi is very important. So in Punjab, you have actually asked for Aam Aadmi to be on the top. So So it's the responsibility of the Aam Aadmi to take care. That is very important to address this issue. Friends, giving a call, and orange is the color identified with violence against women. Radio, TV shows, everything. Did it in the Fogsi Figo Congress in Hyderabad, where the sitting president, C.N. Purandare, the president-elect Carlos then, were a part of this. And partnering with men is very important. Only unless the men partner, we cannot make a difference. So reproductive coercion, we find is a norm rather than exception, is something which we need to address. So we took this to FLASOC at Cancun, the South American societies. It was there. I realized that we women in India are much more privileged. We are more empowered than anywhere across the globe. So friends, we have been given more respect. We have had a woman prime minister. We had a woman president. We have so many chief ministers. And that's the difference. And the so-called the advanced countries are still trying to battle. At the most, they had a vice president. And unfortunately, I find that vice president was only an. This went on to the FIGO Congress at Rio, where we signed the No to Violence Against Women with WHO, and all the. We did the march, and there was a woman police was there. And that was the time where we saw that there was global commitment among all our members to say no to violence against women. So friends, we know that we all need to actually be a source of support to each other, because only women can understand a woman's problem. And we as women need to understand their problem, and we are so very lucky. We have got male gynecologists. I'm so very proud that our male gynecologists are the gynecologists who care for our women. So together we can to say no to this violence against women, and we have to make sure that the society partners with us in this. Then we can actually achieve really good progress, because we have to look at the harsh reality of how violence has a major role on women's health. Friends, let's hope that we will be able to take care of our women, look at the role of healthcare systems, look at the recommendations. Dhira means courage. When I took over as the president, we started this Dhira, an all-rounding campaign. First pillar was the online school certification course, which we started with the UNICEF India. I thought we need to catch them young, so that these are the young minds. Let them grow up, the boys and girls of 9th to 12th class. You talk to them about violence against women, make them sensitized to this aspect, so they will grow up to be gender-sensitive citizens. No hope that the government will make it a mandatory course in our curriculum to have a more gender-neutral tomorrow. The other pillar is for OB-GYNs to sensitize RO members, and workshops, CMEs, and all are on. So far, the achievements, we have the partnership with UNICEF. We have more than 100 schools already, which has been covered. From January, we started rolling it out. We have about almost 1,240, but yesterday I got the report, we had about 1,500. We have about 1,500 master trainers, our gynecologists and teachers, and all the students who have actually participated are really, some of them have written such lovely emails saying that we never knew this. And there was an interesting statement by one of the girls. Why are you talking about menstrual hygiene only to girls? Even the boys need to know. We need to ask the boys and girls together what we can do to stop violence against women. And some of the boys have so proactively written the emails that we have learned so much, and we hope that we will not see such things in future. I think that is what we are looking at. And thank you, my dear Foxians, for coming forward to partner with my vision and mission to take forward this. And we know that violence against women is something which is there, omnipresent. And if we can do our bit to reduce it, I think there's nothing more we can ask for. The journey of Dhira will never end. That is, the courage should never end. the violence should end. And hopefully, we will grow into a more gender-neutral society. Thank you very much. Congratulations, Team Ludhiana, for doing a fantastic job.
Is booming as ever, even in spite of the sore throat. Dr. Vidhu, Team Logs, Professor Aruna, please come, and all the dignitaries, please come and be with us as we give her a token of appreciation. Please give her a standing ovation, please. A special poem written on Dhira. Dr. Shanta, our ex-president, Dr. Saroj, has written a poem on Dhira. And as we undergo transition to the inauguration, I invite her to the dais to speak this poem on Dhira. The dignitaries, please, we will just readjust the stage for the inauguration while we hear Dr. Saroj's poem on Dhira.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for giving me this opportunity. And I am also, again, I have been working with Dr. Shanta Kumari as the core team. Thank you, ma'am, for considering me worth it. So I wrote a few lines about a great initiative taken by a ma'am, Dr. Shanta Kumari. धीरा, ये जो कार्यक्रम है धीरा, जैसे कि कोयले की खान में बहुमूल्य हीरा। जो कार्यक्रम है धीरा, जैसे कि कोयले की खान में। डॉक्टर शांता कुमारी, ये मैंने आपके लिए स्पेशली लिखा है। आपने नारी की चीख को, नारी की तड़प को, आपने नारी की चीख को, नारी की तड़प को पास से देखा, पास से जाना। विडंबनाओं से भरे खोखले समाज में उसके जज्बात को पहचाना। विडंबनाओं से भरे खोखले समाज में उसके जज्बात को पहचाना है। नारी को समाज में यथा योग्य स्थान दिलाना है। नारी को समाज में यथा योग्य स्थान दिलाना है। आने वाला भविष्य सुंदर, लड़की की हो पूरी आन, उसके सपनों को भी भरने दो खुले आसमान में ऊंची उड़ान। उसके सपनों को भी भरने दो खुले आसमान में ऊंची उड़ान। नई पीढ़ी को पढ़ाएं ये पाठ, सहज बने उनका स्वभाव। नई पीढ़ी को पढ़ाएं ये पाठ, सहज बने उनका स्वभाव। लड़के लड़की की परवरिश एक सी हो, उसके मध्य ना हो कोई भेदभाव। लड़के लड़की की परवरिश एक सी हो, उसके मध्य ना हो कोई भेदभाव। क्यों ना सिखाएं हम लड़कों को भी कि करने होंगे घरेलू काम। क्यों ना सिखाएं हम लड़कों को भी करने होंगे घरेलू काम। हमेशा कैसे चल सकता है कि नारियां होती रहें परेशान। शिक्षा लड़के लड़की दोनों का अधिकार, माता पिता को दें ये ज्ञान। शिक्षा लड़के लड़की दोनों का अधिकार, माता पिता को दें ये ज्ञान। संपत्ति में लड़की भी अधिकारी, कानून में हो कुछ व्यवधान। संपत्ति में लड़की भी अधिकारी, कानून में हो कुछ व्यवधान। नारी को अबला समझकर ना उठे उस पर नर का हाथ। सो आई वांटेड टू राइट अबाउट द डोमेस्टिक वायलेंस। नारी को अबला समझकर ना उठे उस पर नर का हाथ। नारी है नर की वह शक्ति जो कंधे से कंधा मिलाकर जीवन भर देती है साथ। माँ बहन पत्नी और बेटी बनकर नारी नर का साथ निभाए। माँ बहन पत्नी और बेटी बनकर नारी नर का साथ निभाए। उस पर ना हो कोई जुल्म ना दुष्कर्म, ये विश्वास हमें नर दिलाए। So men have to be equally involved. माँ बहन पत्नी और बेटी बनकर नारी नर का साथ निभाए, उस पर ना हो कोई जुल्म ना दुष्कर्म, ये विश्वास हमें नर दिलाए. नारी सरस्वती, नारी लक्ष्मी, नारी है दुर्गा, उसका ना करे कोई अपमान. नव दुर्गा की पूजा हो जहां, नव दुर्गा की पूजा हो जहां, नारी को मिले पूर्ण सम्मान. मिलजुल कर प्रयास करें हम, मिलजुल कर प्रयास करें हम, बच्चों को कुछ नया सिखाएं. आओ नया जमाना बनाएं, आओ नया जमाना बनाएं. थैंक यू, धन्यवाद.
Once again, I welcome the dignitaries on the dais for the inauguration. We have with us our respected civil surgeon, Dr. S.P. Singh. He is accompanied by our DFPO, Dr. Harpreet Negi. Please give them a good hand. They have taken out time in this busy schedule to be here. Dr. Shanta Kumari, please come to the stage. Dr. Madhuri Patel, Dr. Archana Verma, Dr. Basab. Our civil surgeon, Dr. S.P. Singh, and the district family planning officer, Dr. Harpreet Negi, please. Dr. Basab, please join us. Lamp lighting kar de. Forward for the lamp lighting.
Hello. Hello. So, good afternoon to all. I just welcome all the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais and my fellow colleagues. It's been absolute honor and matter of pride to host this national conference in our city. In It's a conference relating to matters of women health, which we are all related to. As a doctor, we focus on both physical and mental health, but cannot forget our duties to the social cause also. So, as the president, Dr. Shanta Kumari's all social cause Dhira, we are working to fight against women health, which indirectly and the health workers to take care of to decrease the maternal mortality and to improve women health. On this good occasion, I welcome one and all, and I all invite all the dignitaries for lamp lighting. Lighting of the lamp signifies that we have these lights in our minds, so we can spread the light of happiness all around us.
We have a short presentation offering prayer to the Almighty by our dear Nupur and our dear Prisha. They are our Fogsi daughters. Dear Nupur and dear Prisha will offer prayers. Ready?
कर दो दया माँ मेरी शारदे माँ कर दो दया माँ मेरी सांसों में मेरे गीतों में तेरा ओ धड़कनों में नन तो माँ कर दो दया स्वरों का मुझे ज्ञान दे दे देना वरदान दे के मुझको तारा देवा स्वरों का मुझे ज्ञान दे दे शारदे माँ स्वरदान दे के मुझको संगीत बुद्धि विद्या की विधाता शारदे तू है संगीत बुद्धि विद्या की विधाता शारदे तू है गंधर्व ज्ञानियों परमार तूने ही रह